Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Moonshine Stitches podcast. My name is Sydney and this is a YouTube channel where I talk about the things I've been knitting and crocheting in the past couple weeks. I usually try to upload every 2 weeks, but I think the last time I recorded was 3 weeks ago, so it's a little bit late this time around, but that's all right. I have a lot to show for it. Today I have 5 finished objects to talk about and 4 whips. So let's lock in and get those going. The first finished object I have to show off is I've talked about this in past podcasts, but you have never seen it. It's the secret test I was doing for Tara of Tara Loves Crochet. I've tested for her before, and this is just the latest. It was a secret test that she was debuting for Rhinebeck this past weekend. I'm recording this on the Wednesday following Rhinebeck, so this pattern has been out for about a week now. It is the, forgive my pronunciation, I looked this up, the Hepatica Shawl Trio. It comes in 3 sizes, this bandana size that I did, and then it also can be a shawlette, which I think she used a sock set to make that, and then a larger shawl size, which took, I want to say a skein and a half of yarn, but it could be 2 skeins. All the information is in the pattern page that I will link below. But yeah, I tested the bandana size and it is so cute. It's this really pretty lace motif, these little flowery guys. You might recognize the yarn I used too from the socks I finished a couple months ago for my husband. This is the Acorn Cottage Studio Fields of Mordor. Let me just put it on. This isn't really how I've been wearing it, to be honest, but I think it works out a little bit with the casual sweatshirtiness of my life today. I'm kind of a mess today. We're not going to talk about it. I have paint on my nails from, the washable paint I was doing with my toddler that turned out to be not so washable. She is stained head to foot. My hands are stained, so that's just what we deal with. But yeah, it's so cute. I'll pop up a couple other pictures of the ways I've been wearing it. I've been wearing it in my hair, and then kind of like a kerchief style. Oh! Just whacked my glasses off my face. But I've also been wearing it like this with a little ring holding it together. It's really cute though. I love this size. I could definitely see myself making a larger one, maybe for my husband's grandmother. She lives in Arizona, but it could get chilly there, and the open lace will keep it maybe not as hot, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do that for Christmas. Make the shawlette size. I think she'd like that, and then we can mail it out to her. What else do I have to say about this? I used a 4.5 millimeter hook, which is several sizes larger than the pattern calls for, but I crochet fairly tightly, so I wasn't surprised by that. Yes, Hepatica Shawl Trio, bandana size, super cute. I'm so happy to finally be able to show you this because I love it a lot, and it's just been I've been done with this for gosh, a month now, so I've just been sitting on it. waiting to show you. The end. Second finished object is my flax sock. Yes, this is the sweater I was knitting for my daughter's Halloween costume. She is going as Kermit the Frog. I have another piece of that costume done that I will show in a minute, but let's talk details on this. This is, I already said, the flax sock. It is a free pattern from Tin Can Knits. I am sure you've seen it before. It's like an extremely popular free sweater pattern. It goes from like itty bitty baby to adult sizes. So I've made this particular pattern twice now, and then like the flax worsted weight once. And it's just like a super simple, can't go wrong sweater pattern. I made the size 2 to 4 years using Emma's yarn, Practically Perfect Sock, in the colorway It's Not Easy Bee and Green. I used size 5 needles for the body and size 2 needles for the ribbing. I did change the ribbing at the top and on the sleeves to 2x2 because I just prefer how that looks. And I meant to do it at the bottom, but I was like just on autopilot reading the pattern and did the regular 1x1, which looks much sloppier in my opinion. My 1x1 ribbing, at least. Other people's, I'm sure, is gorgeous, but you know, not mine. I finished this like 2 weeks ago. Woven all the ends. This is blocked and everything. It's a little bit wrinkly just from, you know, folding it up and putting it away. But it's really cute and it fits her so well. I did the, sometimes on one of the other sweaters I knit, I omitted the garter stripe on the sleeve, but I left it in this time. No reason, just thought it was cute. And then the second part of that costume, I'll show it together in a second. I made the little collar, the little Kermit collar. This I just free-handed. I tried to do all the triangles the same, but then I forgot what I was doing, but they all look the same, so that's fine. I did 8 little triangles, and then I crocheted them together with like 2 rows of single crochet, and then did a little button over here, you can see, and this is what it looks like together. Let's see. Bum, ba-dum, bum. And you got Kermit the Frog. So cute. I'm obsessed with it. I think, oh, the yarn I used for the collar is something I found laying around the stash. It is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch. It's, oh, did I write down the, no, I didn't write down the fiber makeup, but it's a wool acrylic. It's very, very soft. And I think I have, well, I know I have enough to make a hat. I think I'm going to like maybe crochet a little beanie for her. And then I don't know if I want to put like the like little Kermit eyes on there with like felt. I might see how that looks and just kind of like pin them on. I don't know if that will be creepy, but I won't know until I try. So yeah, I'll crochet up a little beanie, nice and quick, and see how that looks. That's the plan, at least. If it doesn't look good, we'll just forget about it. Fourth finished object, I actually didn't write down because these are notes I made from like when I tried to record last week but didn't find the time, you know, just got a little bit busy. So I don't have any notes to show you. And I actually don't have the finished object with me because my older daughter is wearing it to school at the moment. But I made a Hexagon cardigan for her birthday, which was Sunday. Gosh. I started it the 16th and was like, I'll definitely have this done for her birthday. And I technically did. I technically did have it done for her birthday, like soaked it in, like to block it, but it was not dry in time. So I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't have the physical object in my hands, so I'm like completely I'm completely lost. I should have just waited until next time to show you, but you know, I will put in pictures. There will be pictures somewhere around here because I took some this morning. She looked so freaking cute in it and it came out so cool. Let's just talk about it. I made a Hexagon cardigan. Patterns are a dime a dozen. I did not look up a pattern. I just kind of winged it with the thousands I have seen all over the internet. So I made like the 2 hexagons and then lengthened the sleeves a little bit. And then I think I did like 2-inch panels on each side before connecting them. If you know the construction of like a Hexagon cardigan, this will make sense to you. If not, I am so sorry. There are probably hundreds of tutorials, free, paid, out there, and you know what? They're really fun to make, so I suggest you make one. The yarn I used is Big Twist Supernova in the colorway Nebula, RIP Joanne Fabrics. It is a size, I think it's a DK weight. Oh no, it is a sport weight, a 2. And they come in these like big old like 150 gram cakes, and I had 2 of these and like a little bit of extra, I think like maybe 2.5 skeins, and I ended up using 2 and then breaking into that the leftovers of the 1. This is all I have left of that yarn, and I am devastated because it's gorgeous. It's like rainbow with like the black in between. You'll see it in the pictures, and it came out really cute. I think I used a H hook, which is a 5mm, and that's it. I kind of want to make everybody hexagons cardigans now because I feel like that could be like a really good like stash buster. Like use a bunch of stuff, bunch of leftovers, and see what we could do. I bet my son would like one, and the baby just got a sweater, so. But it wouldn't take so much. I don't know. My son did really like it, so I kind of want to see what I could scrounge up from a stash to make for him. I just made him a sweater over the summer too, or in the spring. It was like a scrappy purple knitted cardigan, so maybe next year once he grows out of that. The last finished object I have will segue right into works in progress, but I made a yarn cozy. This is the yarn cozy Lite, a pattern by Nitty Natty, and I made this out of this. The black down here is Emma's Yarn Practically Perfect Sock in the colorway After Dark, and then this stripy little number is Nomadic Yarns, Will Said Run, on their Tweety sock base. I had very, very little of this striped yarn left. and it was in like 2 different teeny tiny balls from socks I made last year, the beginning of last year. So I supplemented with that black, and then I had to kind of like graft it together. There's supposed to be like another black stripe sandwiching the colored stripes here, but whatever, it looks cute. I made this for I don't know if I've actually talked about this, the pigskin party. It's a knitting and make along, not just knitting, a make along that spans from the beginning of football season to the end, like all the way to the Super Bowl. This is a knit along that I have done probably 4 or 5 years, put on by Boston Jen. And the number of points, like you submit your project and the number of like yards you use, and you get like field goals and touchdowns. I'm not very versed on the actual sport side of the knit along, but you just put them in a form and it does the math for you. So I'm not stressed about it. But part of that, she does like quarterly, not quarterly, like monthly challenges. And this month's was a cozy up challenge, and you could get points for making cozies for anything. I made a yarn cozy. I'm probably going to make another yarn cozy later this month. There's only like 2 weeks left in this month, so it's got to be soon, but I'm probably going to crochet that one, because you could submit 2 for that challenge, and you get like, well, I got 200 points for this one because I used a nitty natty pattern, so that gave me like the extra bump, but any cozy you get 100 points. And that is what we did here. I used my Stranger Things colorway because I wanted to, okay, that's it. I'll talk about that in a second. Let me just give you the last details. Yarn Cozy Lite, Nitty Natty, size 1 needles, Pigskin Party. I'll link that down below too in this project page because it's really fun. I like the competition aspect of it. I don't stress too much about like getting stuff done, but you know, it's fun. It's fun tracking that kind of stuff. I track a lot of things. In my like little Yarny notebook, I do track like my yarn in and out stats, which is fun to see. I tried to do like a more out than in this year, and I've been doing very, very well with that. There was a time in the summer, like early summer, where it was looking a little grim for me, but I've been getting a lot done. So, and I'm kind of like on a self-imposed no buy until at least the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. I might need something for like gifts, but other than that, we're done. Anyway, we'll go into whips now, which is where this yarn in this comes in. Stranger Things. The last season is coming out, and it is probably my all-time favorite show. I'm so excited for it. They're releasing it in 3 parts. One in November, half the season in November, part of like a couple more episodes in November, and then the finale on New Year's Day. And I just so happened to have 3 skeins of Stranger Things inspired sock yarn that I would like to make up into socks. The first of which is not this one. This one was already done, like last year, like I said. First of which is this This is Stitched Together Studio in the colorway Vecna's Revenge. It's on her Stitch Smooth Sock Base, which is your standard 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I got this particular yarn in a mystery box when the 4th season came out, and I was not in love with it. I kind of hated it in the skein. I thought it looked insane and kind of like, quite frankly, like a little bit ugly. I didn't know how it was going to work up, but to my relief, it's actually looking pretty cool worked up. So I am making the String of Lights sock. You can't really see the like patterning very well, but it's there. It's like it's some kind of variation on a broken rib without giving too much away. But yeah, I'm making these for myself. I would like to have them done fairly quickly so I can make all 3 pairs of socks by January 1st. I would like to have these done to wear for the first release in November. And then, oh, I didn't bring them over. I'll bring over the other 2. Okay, these are the other 2 skeins of yarn. Both are Nomadic Yarns in her Twisty Base. This one is Thunder in Our Hearts from like running up that hill. And then this one is, oh my gosh, it's a long name. This year is my year I could feel it, or something similar to that. I used this in a pair of like fingerless mittens I made for my son a couple years ago, but there's more than enough for another pair of socks. So this one first, then I'm thinking these, and then lastly I'll do this one. Socks. I don't know if I'll use like the same sock pattern, but I'm definitely not feeling like a vanilla. I'll have to look up some like, I really want to do something cool for the stripy socks. I don't know, like, I know there's a couple patterns out there that are like wavy. I have to do some research, see what I could find. Alrighty, whip number 2. Sorry for that long spiel. They're just socks. That's all you really care about. Okay, number 2 is an old one you have seen before. Oh, I have like yarn scraps in the bottom of this bag apparently. Whoops. All right, nothing much to write home about on this one. This is the Essential Beanie by Andrea Gahn. I am making the DK weight version, adult large size. This is where I was last time we spoke, and this is how much I've done. I have to get this up to 9.5 inches. I feel like I'm close, but I could be completely delusional. I have a tape measure. Let's see. We are at not even 7 inches. So got a bit to go there, maybe like 2.5 inches ish. The yarn I'm using is Loops and Threads Merino, Luxe Merino in the colorway Sedona. And it's this Really nice burnt orange. So cute, so pretty. This is, like I said, a DK weight. Want to get that done pretty quickly because it's starting to get chilly here in northeastern Pennsylvania. And I just like to give gifts. He could use a new hat. The third is also something you've seen before. I've made some progress on my over the garden wall blanket. Last we spoke, I had these 2 rows completely done. And then I finished this row and I'm working on finishing up this one. I like how it looks like broken teeth down here at the bottom. The yarn I am using for this, the colored squares were part of a Halloween countdown, an Over the Garden Wall Halloween countdown from Teeny Button Studio in 2021, I believe. I'm pretty sure 2021. I'll just run through the colors that are in the blanket so far. I won't do what's upcoming. So this is the colorway Potatoes and Molasses, Frogomine, Beatrice, Don Your Gourds, and this one that I'm just starting to put in is the Highwayman. And then the black in between is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed in the colorway Welly's Heather. I'm like 3 balls into this. I have a lot. I'm just hoping it is enough. I think it'll be enough. If not, I'll have to break my no-buy ban because I really want this blanket. It's gonna be on the small side, but it'll be cute. Nice little lap blanket. And slowly but surely getting through this one. Not looking forward to weaving in these ends. I should do it like row by row, but sometimes that's just like not part of my journey for the day. So it'll get done when it gets done. I have, let's see how many colors I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more colors to put in there. And then the border. But it'll be pretty. The last work in progress I have is something new, but also something that's very close to being finished, which is wild. I am making the, let's see, Jaunty Shawl by Andrea Mowry. Let's see, there we go. Jaunty Shawl by Andrea Mowry. I'm so in love with this. This is a pattern done in half fisherman's rib, like the Stria cardigan that I finished and ripped out twice, but much on a much larger scale than the Stria cardigan, let's say. I am using size 6 needles, which are a 4mm, and the yarn I'm using is Noro Tsube, in the colorway 3, which is Sakota. And it's so freaking pretty. I love it so much. I love like the pink pops are so much fun. I'm extremely excited to wear this. It's gonna be just like a big old cozy piece. I am almost done with the decreases. Got a little bit left. I have a little crow on here to show, like, to keep track of my decreases, because I kept losing my place. I messed up a little bit here. I don't know what I did, but like it's a little bit funky there, but we're gonna ignore that. So cute. I am hoping to get through like all of this, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have like a little bit of leftovers. You're supposed to increase until you have a little over half of your yarn left and then start your decreases, but I feel like I started the decreases a little bit too early. But yeah, I love it. It's gonna be great. This will be done by next time for sure, because it's my TV watching project at the moment. I took it to knit night on Monday and got a lot done. I see this being done by like the end of the week. I'm completely like engrossed in it. Love it. I keep seeing people make it in like their hand spun yarn, and I wish I was that girly who has the bandwidth to spin yarn, but I'm not there yet. Maybe in a couple years when like my youngest is in school and I have like the ability to process a new skill. But that's all the yarn I have to show you today. I don't have any purchases I've made, and fingers crossed will not through the end of the year. But we could talk goals, see how we did with those. Last time I wanted to finish the Kermit sweater, finished that. I wanted to cast on the collar. I didn't cast it on, I crocheted it, and it's done, so check on that. And then number 3, I wanted to cast on a new gift. I didn't do that, but I did cast on 2 new things for myself, so not a win there. This time I do want to make another yarn cozy by the end of the month. I want to finish my husband's hat, and oh, again, these notes are from last week. I wanted to start my daughter's cardigan. Started and finished that, so we're just gonna forget about that and spend more time on my blanket, which is doable because I really want to finish that up. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we'll get back on schedule, and I will see you in another 2 weeks. I'll see you then. Bye.